When you think of Halloween food in the United States, your brain probably jumps straight to miniature chocolate bars, candy corn, and enough sugar to wake the dead. But what happens at 5:30 p.m. on October 31st, right before millions of costumed kids hit the pavement? Families across America aren't feeding their kids bags of gummies for dinner. There is a whole secret world of traditional, savory Halloween meals and harvest-rooted dishes that Americans make every single year. Today, we're diving into the most iconic Halloween dinner foods in the U.S. and the fascinating, surprisingly historical reasons why we eat them when the spooky season arrives. Let's dig in. Dish number 1. The Halloween night chili and cornbread. If you ask 5 American families what they eat on Halloween night, at least 4 of them will give you the exact same answer: a giant pot of slow cooker chili. How did a spicy, slow-simmered stew become the unofficial national dinner of October 31st? It comes down to 2 things: practicality and biology. First, Halloween night is chaotic. Parents are juggling face paint, tangled costume capes, and trick-or-treating schedules. A slow cooker full of chili allows for a grab-a-bowl-whenever-you're-ready dinner bar with 0 last-minute cooking. But more importantly, late October temperatures in much of the United States drop sharply. Walking the neighborhood at dusk in 45-degree weather requires serious warmth. A heavy, protein-packed bowl of chili acts as an internal heater and a nutritional anchor, giving kids and adults real fuel before an evening of pure sugar consumption. Dish number 2. Jack-o'-lantern stuffed peppers and dinner in a pumpkin. Next up, we have dishes that transform your dinner table into a pumpkin patch. Jack-o'-lantern stuffed bell peppers and the vintage classic dinner in a pumpkin. Orange bell peppers are naturally shaped like miniature pumpkins. Home cooks hollow them out, carve scary faces right into the skin, and stuff them with Spanish rice, ground turkey, or black beans. Why does this connection exist? It links directly back to the original folklore of the jack-o'-lantern. In 18th century Ireland and Scotland, people carved menacing faces into hollowed-out turnips, rutabagas, and beets to ward off wandering spirits during Samhain. When immigrants came to the United States, they discovered that native North American pumpkins and bell peppers were far easier to hollow out and carve. Baking your meal directly inside these gourds became a playful visual celebration of that exact folklore, turning harvest produce into protective, edible art. Dish number 3. Mummy dogs and spooky savory finger foods. Now, if you grew up attending school parties or neighborhood potlucks in the U.S., you know this next classic: mummy dogs. These are hot dogs wrapped in spiraled ribbons of pre-made pastry dough, baked until puffy, and dotted with mustard eyes. They sit alongside other savory illusions like deviled eggs, transformed into creepy spiders using black olives. Why do Americans love monster-themed savory food? This tradition exploded during the mid-20th century suburban party boom. In the 1950s and 60s, American canned food companies and lifestyle magazines started publishing festive recipes that made holiday hosting feel theatrical yet inexpensive. Halloween is unique because it's the only holiday on the American calendar where food is supposed to look gory, funny, or slightly weird, giving parents and hosts permission to play with their food. By the way, we have some short videos here with different ideas for Halloween appetizers. Check them out. Dish number 4. Salty roasted pumpkin seeds. Pepitas. You simply cannot carve a jack-o'-lantern in an American household without making this dish: roasted pumpkin seeds. While the pumpkin shell gets placed on the porch with a candle inside, the stringy innards aren't thrown away. The seeds are separated, cleaned, seasoned with sea salt, melted butter or savory spices, and baked until ultra-crisp. The roots of this dish are ancient. Indigenous peoples of the Americas cultivated pumpkins and winter squash for thousands of years, relying on nutrient-dense pepitas as a staple protein source. Today, it survives as an instinctive zero-waste ritual. The sensory experience of a kitchen smelling like toasted seeds is practically synonymous with the week leading up to Halloween. Dish number 5. Harvest staples. Cider doughnuts, caramel apples, and ancient souling. Finally, we have the harvest staples that bridge dinner and dessert. Spiced apple cider, cider doughnuts, and homemade caramel apples. Long before Halloween became an industry, October 31st coincided with the final apple harvests of North America and Europe. In Celtic tradition, apple bobbing and communal fruit feasts were central to Samhain celebrations because apples were seen as symbols of renewal. In fact, historical Halloween baking dates back to medieval soul cakes, small spiced shortbread cakes stamped with a cross. Children and beggars, called soulers, would go door to door offering prayers for the dead in exchange for these cakes, which historians consider the direct ancestor of modern trick-or-treating. Check out our video about the history of Halloween to learn more about it. When European settlers brought apple orchards to New England and the Midwest, pressing fresh cider and frying cider doughnuts became the cornerstone of autumn community gatherings. Final thoughts. While Halloween may be famous for bags of candy, the real heart of the celebration sits right on the dinner table, in big pots of chili, carved vegetables, and centuries of harvest-time traditions. Now we want to hear from you. What does your family eat on Halloween night? Are you team slow cooker chili? Do you carve your dinner peppers? Or do you have a unique tradition of your own? Drop your recipes and memories in the comments below. If you enjoyed this spooky culinary history dive, hit that like button, subscribe for more food deep dives, and have a safe, delicious Halloween. See you in the next one.